Assalamu alaikum, respected colleagues, faculty member, and dear students. Today I'm going to share my knowledge on advancing qualitative research method. What is qualitative research method and how it can be used effectively in research methodology for the purpose of research. My name is Amanat Ali and I am serving as lecturer in English at Majma University, Saudi Arabia. And today our session is with the Deanship of Graduate Studies in Scientific Research. So today in this session we are going to discuss the following objective. First, rationale of qualitative research, why and how qualitative research is conducted, why someone choose qualitative research. Then we will discuss the philosophical foundation of the qualitative methodology. After that, qualitative research design, what research design can be used in qualitative research. Similarly, the sampling in qualitative research, what sampling technique can be used, how trustworthiness can be measured or proved or validated in the qualitative research. Ethical consideration is also an important part of qualitative research. Then qualitative research tool, what tools can be used for collecting qualitative data. Finally, the data collection and analysis procedure in the qualitative research method. Let's move to our first point, rationale of qualitative research, and the reason for qualitative, why qualitative research is being conducted, a researcher to conduct in qualitative research. Why? The reason, the first is to explore complex human experience. For instance, want to understand the deep emotional or contextual experience that cannot be measured in numbers but can be assessed or can be explored through through the method that is qualitative. Qualitative research is also used to understand meaning, belief, and perception of the participants, understanding how people interpret reality, not just what they do. To answer how and why question, for instance, we talk about the nurse's behavior in the emergency room. This is the problem, but we don't know, we don't know what is the reason, or we cannot measure it in numbers. So for that purpose, we say moving beyond what happened to how it happened and why it happened. So to understand why and how. Qualitative research is also used to validate quantitative data to complement or extend. For instance, being a researcher, I collected data from students that their grades have been improved from pre-test to post-test. So I want to validate quantitative data, whether the student feel the same or just it's a matter of numbers. So for proving quantitative data, qualitative research methodology is being adopted. So then we come to the next point, the difference between quantitative and qualitative research. The quantitative research method deals with number, however, quantitative deals with words and narrative. If we talk about measurement, so quantitative data is used and we want to know about the meaning, qualitative data is used. Hypothesis. In quantitative data, there are hypotheses, mean it may happen or may not happen, null and void hypothesis. However, the qualitative data based on theory, it build theory or it is constructed on theory. In quantitative data, maybe the large samples, like in qualitative data, small and purposeful sampling is used in qualitative data. Next, a philosophical foundation of qualitative research. As we know that every research method has a philosophical foundation. What philosophical foundation, what philosophy has been used in a research method. So this qualitative research method, it's based on constructivism, interpretivism, critical theory, so constructivism, as it is from its noun, to construct. Reality is socially construct. Reality is not fixed or universal. So any reality there is being constructed through human interaction, experience, and interpretation. So for that purpose, the qualitative the philosophical foundation is based on qualitative research. Then interpretivism, from interpret. So this theory, interpretivism theory, is the base of the qualitative research. So for qualitative research, meaning is context dependent. To understand behavior, we must understand the context in which it occurs. For instance, in we take qualitative data in engineering field. An engineer bypassing a safety protocol. Why? What is the reason? Could mean negligence. So this research based on these philosophical foundation in interpretivism. Then it comes to critical theory. Critical theory like power, ideology, and voice matter. So different critical theories in society. So for that purpose, critical theory remind us that research must question power, not just describe reality. So just for instance, AI system may reflect bias. So this is a kind of notion. So critical theory can be linked to qualitative data. Then if we move forward further, constructivism help understand that reality is multiple. Interpretive help us understand that meaning is contextualized and critical theory based. If we talk about a research question, research objective in qualitative research, so the research questions are developed open-ended and exploratory, that can explore, guide data collection and inquiry. Focus of the research question is mostly to exploring, understanding, and interpreting. The kind of questions are starting with how, why, and what. Qualitative research questions are designed to explore depth, not measure frequency. So to explore that, how do you feel? For instance, students learn from gamification. How do students feel about gamification? Why do they feel like this? Not like students are getting good grades because of gamification. So this is quali. But quali mean to explore. Then regarding the research objective in the qualitative research, clear action-oriented statements define what they aim to achieve. The common verbs that are used in qualitative research are to explore, to understand, to examine, to investigate, and to describe. Objectives are normally guide how questions. So how and why questions are used in the research objective. Let's move to the research design in qualitative method. The research design that is used in qualitative methods are case studies, phenomenology, ethnography, and narrative inquiry, grounded theory, and action research. Case study, a specific case of an individual, a group, or a system that is to know the reality and real life context. Case study. For instance, use of AI in system in one university. If we take Majma University, we take New York State University. There is case study of one area, one person, individual, or group. Qualitative research, second design of phenomenology, is another research design used in qualitative, which explore individual experience of phenomena and seeks a sense of that experience. So to seek the phenomena, how understanding engineer experience working under high risk conditions. So this is a phenomena. So phenomenology is another research design that is used to collect data. Ethnography, as it is clear from its name, ethnography, from ethnicity, about a culture, about a behavior, social interaction of a group over time. So qualitative research design covers ethnographical situation. Then it comes to narrative inquiry. For instance, narration, focus on individual stories, life experience over the time. EFL, teacher learning history. EFL teacher learning stories. Okay, engineers safety protocol experience. So they tell the stories, kind of narration, and such narration can be not can be but are linked with qualitative. A student story of adopting to digital learning. If there are some grounded theory, develop a new theory based on data collected from the participant. New theory, for instance, Russian natural language learning theory is already there. So a researcher collect data and added something like new, develop new theories. Students learn naturally, but when they are linked with technology, how much their natural influence remain. So that is something grounded theory. Okay, action research is a real experience of a person. Conducted research in a classroom. So, for example, student learning English in the field of so action research. I am being a teacher, conduct my research in the class. That is action research. Let's talk about sampling in qualitative research. Regarding sampling, in the qualitative research, purposive sampling, criterion-based sampling, maximum variation sampling, and snowball sampling techniques are normally used. Purposive sampling, as it is indicated from its name, purpose. So participants are selected intentionally for a purpose. They have relevant knowledge or experience. Certain group of participants are selected, that is purposive sampling. Then criterion based sampling, there is specific criteria for the participants based on criteria only patients who have completed a full treatment cycle. So specific criteria who meet the requirement. Then about the maximum variation, maximum mean a lot, not something limited. Selected person with a diverse background characteristic or explore different perspectives. Engineer from various backgrounds who represent different perspective, for instance from different countries, different cultures. So maximum variation. Finally, the snowball sampling. The snowball sampling initially participate, recommend or recruit other participants. I'm an EFL teacher. Someone sent me a survey. I sent it to another teacher, one engineer sending it to another. So people are adding on the basis of reference so they are like snowball sampling from person to person. It's kind of, it comes under random sampling. The next is trustworthiness in qualitative research. How trustworthiness, or for example in quantitative data, validity and reliability are being being checked, and for that purpose validity and reliability in the quantitative. But in qualitative research, trustworthiness means how trustworthy data is. To validate the data, the four main core concepts like credibility, transferability, dependability, and confirmability, these four core concepts are being assessed or judged or validated. For credibility, refer to whether the finding accurately represent participant realities. My student consider learning with AI helpful, so their grades are increased. But how can I check whether it is credible, data is credible or not? Ensure that findings are not assumption, they are grounded in participant actual experience. If they are expressing their actual experience, it means credibility. Then it comes transferability. Transfer means from one area to another area. Transfer refer to whether finding can be applied to similar setting, not generalized setting. For the finding, for instance, my student considered that AI helps them learn better English. So at Majma University, may I apply it to another university? If the similar result are being generated, then it means that trustworthiness deals with the transferability. The next is dependability. Dependability refers to that it ensures the research process is logically traceable and well documented. The data is dependable. For a study on system failure, keep a detailed record of observation, coding, decision. So dependability mean from beginning data collection from beginning to end, all records is being taken, coding has been generated, and dependable. The data is dependable. Confirmability is finding are based on data, not researcher opinion. So any finding that are derived, they are not research, but they are real database reflection. Research include direct patient course in the finding. So Lincoln and Gupa 1981 naturalistic inquiry model has been used for trustworthiness. How strategies to ensure trustworthiness, whether something is true, trustworthy or not, how it can be. First thing is triangulation, as it's from triangulation from triangle different perspective of data. Member checking, thick description, and audit trail. So collecting data from different sources, method or perspective to validate finding. There is triangulation. Member checking, like participant review, and it's sent to expert and experienced person for member checking that ensure the trustworthiness. Thick description of setting, participant, context, interaction. For instance, I proved that, or I claimed that my AI helps students in language learning. So how can I prove it? Like thick description mean detailed description of participant, what is the context, how they interact, like observation during the class. Audit trail, clear record of data collecting, coding, decision analysis, process, methodology, and change. So for instance, this is a matter of whole case. Audit trail mean whole semester, whole year, whole means duration data. An engineer is conducting research that some engineers don't follow the safety protocol. So he gives the audit trail mean for a month or two, observe that engineers, then data is being collected, recorded, coded, analyzed, so properly all complete detailed information is given. This way trustworthiness can be proven. So it is the reference for Shenton AEK 24, stretching to ensuring trustworthiness in qualitative study. Then it comes to qualitative data collection tools. What are the tools that can be used in qualitative data collection? Their interview can be structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. Second, focus group interview from 6 to 8 participants. Interactive data collective meaning making. So focus group interview can be used. Observation of the participants. So it can be participant, non-participant, structured or unstructured. For instance, I am a teacher, I am observing my class and student behavior about a method. So I am conducting observation, collecting data through observation. My students are participant, I am not the participant as a student. So structured means sometime observation checklist is given to someone and asked to observe the phenomena under this structure. And sometime observer is allowed to take notes on the basis of the research area or research background. So it's not giving structure. So structured mean already planned checklist for observation. Unstructured mean unplanned observation, just note down the phenomena. Field notes, written record of observation, reflection, and context. They can be used. Document analysis like report, policies, and email manuals can be analyzed. Audio visual material. So this is another tool like audio of the recording, image, or video can be used for qualitative data collection method. Open-ended questionnaire, written response with no fixed answer. So open-ended questionnaire can be used to collect data from the participants. Diaries of the participants is also diaries are can be the tool for qualitative data research. Now it comes to ethical consideration, how ethical consideration can be preserved during a qualitative research method. For that purpose, ethical consideration first informed consent, then confidentiality, voluntary participation, right to withdraw, and ethical approval. All these things should be considered when anyone is collecting qualitative data. This qualitative research ethics are especially important because study involves human experience, personal stories, and sensitive data. So ethically, it should be proved. And then informed consent, participants must fully understand the study before agreeing to take part. So confidentiality, participant confidentiality, identities, any data should be protected. The participation should be voluntary. No one should be forced to participate, or they should not be pressurized. Rather, they should participation is always voluntary. Right to withdraw. Participants should have right to withdraw anytime without any penalty, and ethical approval from any institution. For instance, I am conducting research at Majma University. I must take Majma University permission. Let's move to data management and transcription. How can data be, for instance, in qualitative research, there are a lot of data, like you have audio recording, you may have diaries, you may have field notes, you may have observation sheet. So how data can be managed, accurate transcription, then anonymization of data, secure storage, and familiarization with data. The researcher's first job is to transcribe in the process, like if there are audio or video, must transcribe into text, change into text. Then it comes to the anonymization. Real name should not be used, pseudonyms can be used, or codes can be, for example, participant 1, 2, and 3, student 1, 2, and 3, teacher 1, 2, and 3, T1, T2. So anonymized, they should not be used real name or first name. Secure storage data is the way that prevent unauthorized access, data loss, and misuse. So all these things are important, so researcher can easily conduct research. Familiarization. So first the management data familiarization comes also, like a researcher is immersing himself with data by reading multiple times, listening, and watching. So he can familiarize with data, that this is the data and how to build deep understanding. Let's move to the 6 phases of thematic analysis according to Brown and Clark. Yes, Creswell and Hatch. 6 phases of thematic analysis. The first one is familiarization with data. The first phase, a researcher should familiarize himself with the data, read again, watch the videos again, transcribe and read, listen, then generate initial codes. So for instance, I say AI is helpful in student learning. So I should listen all the student response, then convert to data and convert audio data to written data, then familiarize myself. The next step, generating initial code. For students say it helps in learning, in critical thinking. AI helps in brainstorming, helps something. So initial codes. Then searching for themes. After that, reviewing the themes. We generate themes from the code. Step 4, review themes. Step 5 is defining and naming themes, and finally writing the report. So for familiarization, listening, reading of the data, identifying important part of the data and labeling them. The third step is grouping similar codes into broader themes. And step 4 is reviewing, checking if themes fit in the data accurately. Step 5 is refining and clearly naming the themes. And finally, write the report, the presentation of the report. So if you have any questions or answer, you can put in the chat box. Here the social media profile where we can stay connected. And if you watch this video later and you have any questions or any feedback, honest feedback for improvement, you can comment in the comment box. Thank you.